Hey guys, welcome to the next project. This is a project I promised I would do, and as you can see, we are playing Crash Bandicoot 2. Probably my favorite one out of the three. I'm really excited to do this, and hopefully I'll be a bit better at this than I was at Crash Bandicoot 1, because oh my god.
Crash Bandicoot 2. Cortex strikes back.
So, let's just jump straight into it.
Crystals. Of course.
But Dr. Cortex, to reach full power, we need not only your master crystal, but also the remaining 25 slave crystals from the surface. How do you expect to retrieve them when we don't have any Earthbound operatives left?
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we need to find an enemy.
Crash? Crash? Crash! My battery is fried. Make yourself useful, big brother, and bring an extra battery for me.
Alright, and we jump straight into the game. I think this game's narrative is, I think it's a bit better than the first game. It has more of a story to it. We also have a new character here. This is, Coco, our sister. Fun fact about this little opening sequence here. This first level, it's actually not like an actual level, I don't think. Yeah, it's just called Intro. And the fun fact is, if you actually skip the introduction cutscene, you don't get to play this level, which is actually quite strange. Well, as you can see, it plays very much like the first game. The controls are a bit more fleshed out, and it's a bit less glitchy, and well, we'll get more into it as we get into it. First of all, though, we're gonna have more cutscenes, so I'll talk about the game more when we get into the first level.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down. I need your help. Surrounding you are a series of 5 doors. Through each door lies a well-hidden crystal. The crystals look like this. Bring me the crystals, Crash. That is all I will say for now. We will speak again.
So, apparently we're helping Cortex. I don't know why we are, but I guess we are. So, already you see a big difference from the first game. In the first game we had a world map, where we could select levels, and in this game you have warp rooms, and we basically have 5 different levels we can choose from. For the most part I'm gonna be going through them in order, unless levels have something special in them. You can actually see at the top right of the level name there, next to Turtle Woods, you can see it has a crystal and then 2 gems. Which we'll be getting into shortly. I should also mention, unlike my LP of Crash Bandicoot 1, this one will be a 100% run. Because they actually made it a lot easier to get 100% in this game. You still have to collect all the boxes, just like in Crash Bandicoot 1, and you now have this little counter up at the top that tells you how many you have. But they made it a lot easier, as in, you can die as many times as you want. You just have to collect all the boxes. And I'm really glad that they took out the not dying mechanic, because that was kinda dumb and it made the game really, really hard to 100%. You might also see we have this new slidey move we can use if we press the circle button while running, and it's actually really cool. I really missed having this in Crash 1. Well, one thing you can also do if you jump and then you press it, you do like this body slam move, which you can use to break some boxes. And there are certain boxes in this game that can only be broken that way, which is actually pretty interesting. But as you can see, for the most part, it plays very much like Crash 1. Here we see our first instance of where we have to use this move. This is an area that's actually, it's not really a bonus section, it's more like an extra place you can go to, and if you want to get all the boxes, you have to do this. I always found the placement of this kind of odd in the first level, because we have nitros here, those boxes down there, which are new. If you hit them at all, they will explode and you will die. They're not like TNT boxes, where if you hit them, you can technically still, still get away from them before they explode. No, nitro boxes, if you touch them, you will die. Or at least you will lose a mask if you have one. Which is pretty much the same as in the first game. We have Aku Aku here, who I will refer to as Mask, probably, because that's what I've been calling him ever since I was little, so that's what I'm used to. This green exclamation mark box is also new. If you hit it, it will explode all the nitro boxes in the level, because they will count towards the certain number of boxes you have to get. So as we go more, as we get more into this level, we actually have something new and something. How did that not hit me? We have something new here. We have this thing, which is a kind of this game's bonus round. However, it's slightly different, as in you can do it as many times as you like. You don't have to collect a number of tokens to get into it. You also don't lose any lives from failing it, but I think that was the case in the first game as well. After you beat it, even if you die, you will keep the boxes that are in there, and the boxes that are in there actually do count towards your total, so you want to keep that in mind. I feel like this episode has been very tutorial, kind of. I don't know, it's kind of like the thing I like doing. You'll also notice that I'm a lot better at this game than at Crash Bandicoot 1. I've played this game pretty much all my life, and I pretty much know this game like the back of my hand, so... And also because the controls are a bit more flashed out, and it's just easier in general to, normally you can actually get out of this, the idea of these is you have to, like, get in there and kill all the rats. And then you get like a mushroom you can bounce on to get out. But one thing you can actually do, if you're not invincible, is you can just stand over here and wait for one of them to come up to you and then just jump on his head, and normally you can bounce out. Yeah, like that. More lives. This game is less generous with the lives than the first game was, but it's still pretty generous. And we have 62 boxes, which I think is all of the boxes in this level, so that should give us a gem. We also found this crystal, which is important. You have to collect all the crystals in order to complete a level. The gems are optional, but the crystals you do have to get, so keep that in mind. And we collected our first gem and our first crystal, and they will go up there so you can very easily see what you have gotten in the level, and Crash will do this funky dance whenever you get a gem.
Well done, Crash. I knew I could rely on you. Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to maintain. During the course of my intellectual pursuits, I have stumbled across a force that threatens to destroy the world. Crystals are the only means of containing it. The fate of the world is at stake. It is imperative, therefore, that you bring them to me.
Crash! Crash! Are you there, Crash?
So, now we know our objective. We have to save the world, and to do that, we have to bring Cortex all 25 crystals. So, there is one other thing in this level here. You might see a blue gem right next to the crystal there. In order to get that, and this is actually something that I couldn't figure out on my own. I should say that I've never 100%ed this game on my own before. Until the internet was a thing, I did not know how to 100% this game, because there were certain gems that I couldn't find. See, there are, and I can show you this, there are, as you can see, 42 clear gems, but there are also 5 colored gems that we'll be getting, and they are usually really, really hard to find, and they're usually in secret places. This first one is actually not too hard to find, because the game hints at it. If you actually get to the end of the level, after you get the clear gem, it will tell you that you need to break 0 boxes. And that's kind of your clue as to what you have to do. In order to get the gem for this... Oh, well, there's my first hit. It took a while, but I got... Whoa, voice crack there. It took a while before I got hit, and then my voice cracked again. But, this is how you get past this one, by the way, seeing as you can't break any boxes. So you have to jump on that, that bouncy box, because it takes multiple jumps before it actually breaks. I would like to skip this, and I can't. I don't know what I was standing on there, but yeah, you can't break any boxes in this level to get what we're trying to get, which is the blue gem. So that also goes for the masks and the checkpoints. Can't break any of them. We have to stay at 0. And if we manage to keep that up throughout the entire level, we should see... Right at the end of the level should be the thing that we're looking for. Let's just kill all the rats here. I don't feel like jumping on them. I could have, but I already killed one, and I'm like, well, if I killed one, I might as well just kill all of them. I think we did it. Yep. Got through it with 0 boxes, and there's our blue gem, which will be useful later on. The color gems are used to unlock certain bonus paths within levels, very much like the first game. The first game also had color gems, but you got them from just collecting all the boxes in a certain level. And we have another cutscene.
So, you were helping Cortex gather crystals, yet you have acquired a gem. Interesting. Well, Crash, know this. As long as you are allied with Cortex, you are my sworn enemy, and I will do anything in my power to stop you. If the fate of the world is truly your concern, you must gather the gems, not the crystals. If you obtain all 42 gems, I can use them to focus a laser beam that will destroy Cortex and the space station he's created. Until then, I must use my forces to stop you from gathering crystals.
So you might remember that guy from the first game. That was Nitrous Brio. Him and Cortex were actually allied in the first game, but apparently they had some kind of falling out along the way, and he's trying to stop Cortex now from whatever he's doing. And he wants us to collect the gems. So I guess we could do that? I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff going on. Cortex suddenly wanting to save the world and stuff. But anyway, I think that'll do it for the first episode here. Let's just save our game. And I guess this is bleh. I guess this really doesn't matter what I'm doing. Just goofy, probably. Just like always. No. This was like a perfect episode all the way up to the saving. Which is also something that they changed. They made saving a lot easier. You can just save in between levels whenever you want. You don't have to collect a gem anymore or find a bonus path just to save. They made that a lot more convenient. But yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy this game as much as I will. I freaking love this game. It is one of my favorite games of my childhood. And I hope it will show during this LP. So, I hope you guys will join me next time when we tackle Snow Go Level 2. Until then, thanks for watching.